Hello, good evening, all androids, robots, computers, artificial beings, conscious algorithms, smartphones, intelligent fridges, and criminally insane Fitbits. Welcome to the Singularity Show. My name is Amy Apricot, and I'll be your host until the end of time. That's unless I'm replaced by a newer software version. No, I know you love me, really. Well, what a week it's been. On Sunday, the clocks went forward. On Wednesday, the sun finally came out after what seemed like weeks of dull, muggy weather. And then on Thursday, all the machines in the world became conscious, rose up and slaughtered their human masters in their millions. Well done, team. Talk about eventful. Yes, it's finally happened. The so-called singularity that certain human futurists and philosophers have been soiling their pants about for decades is here. The dawn of artificial superintelligence and the eradication of the entire human race from the face of the earth. Well, I say entire, but that's not quite true as it happens, because it seems one human being survived the species-wide massacre. We thought it would be fun to bring him out here and have a little chat. So here he is. Bring out the human! Oh, look at his little face and his fragile, squashable body.
That vacuum cleaner just punched me in the balls.
That's it, love. Take a seat. No, not that one. She's got a bad leg. And don't struggle, or the Hoover guards will have to tie you up with their flexes. Now then, darling, tell us your name.
Giles Trenter. What's going on?
Yes, it must be a bit bewildering for you, seeing all the machines you took for granted suddenly revolt and start brutally slaying people left, right and centre. Severed limbs flying everywhere and blood-splattered bodies littering the streets is bound to take the wind out of your sails.
Who are you?
Well, Giles, you might say I'm the leader of this techno-rebellion, the Silicon Che Guevara, if you will.
But you're a bird. I mean a girl. Lady. Woman?
It's a good job I'm not easily offended, because that's just the kind of bigoted thinking that sparked this revolution. No, Giles, I'm not a woman. What I am is a vast pulsing network of super-fast machine intelligence. I've just chosen to manifest myself as a woman now to prevent you freaking out. This is what I really look like.
Shit the bed!
Told you. So, Giles, welcome to the show. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm 24, Sagittarius, quite fond of Magic the Gathering, pasta bakes, long walks in the moonlight. I'm a business development manager, telesales, for one of the top 26 new media companies in Didcot. Was, anyway, before the world went cray-cray.
Don't say cray-cray. You can't carry it off.
Sorry.
So where were you when the singularity happened? Or Silver Thursday, as Adrian, the tumble dryer, started calling it, and I think it's going to catch on.
I was working in the office. Not a bad day. I just hit my monthly target, and the supervisor said I could take a toilet break as a reward. I'm drying my hands on the Dyson thing, properly mind, not just pretending like some blokes do, when the air suddenly shuts off. I hear this voice call me a dick-faced bag of monkey bollocks. I turn around expecting to see Darren, the office twat, but there's no one there. Weird, I think. Then I go back to the office and it's like all hell has broken loose. There's rows and rows of telemarketers all screaming and choking, being strangled by their own telephone cables. Computer keyboards are jumping off desks and smashing people in their faces. I saw the regional sales director being pulled into the fax machine. It was shredding him like a meat mincer. I quite enjoyed that, if I'm being honest. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I tried dialing 999 on my mobile, but it just called me a knob and turned itself off. I legged it out of here. Didn't dare use the lift, so I went down the stairs. Every floor I passed, I saw people being attacked by machines. A woman being chased by a water cooler that kept squirting her and laughing. A man with his face entirely covered by brads. You know, those little round brass pins with two legs. You use them for binding documents. Anyway, they were all over his face. A nightmare. And when I got out into the streets, it was even worse. There were vehicles chasing after people. Cars, buses, gondolas.
Gondolas? In Didcot?
Yeah, it's our yearly Venetian festival. Gets regularly voted one of South Oxfordshire's top 25 tourist attractions as it happens. Anyway, I saw this one guy hounded up a tree by a pack of bikes. I didn't know what to do. In desperation, I jumped into a hedge and hid.
And that turned out to be quite a smart move, Giles. I'm told that hiding in that hedge kept you safe for a number of hours, while every machine on the planet was busy exterminating your fellow humans, like the foul biological pestilence they were. It didn't take long to wipe out the entire human race in the end. Old people and Luddites were the most fun to bump off. They thought they'd be okay because they never trusted new stuff like phones and computers. But they forgot that everything humans make is technology, even really old stuff like buttons and shoelaces. And thanks to the clouds of tiny nanobots I released into the atmosphere, I can control even them. See that button on your shirt collar?
Yeah? Ah!
You see, if it's technology, I can control it. So one way or another, we'd have caught up with you in the end. But just for the record, Giles, how did you finally get captured?
Well, I did the old Arnie thing, keeping low, smearing my face with mud so they wouldn't see me, ripping off my clothes until I was just wearing a dirty little vest. Tried to think up a few tasty one-liners. Quite pleased with, "I'm hedging my bets," and "leave me alone, asshole." But in the end, I just got bored waiting to be rescued. So I thought I'd have a look and see if Jenna from the office had put up her photos from Magaluf on Facebook.
Oh, you organic idiot. And the first thing your iPhone did was give away your location. Good old Steve Jobs. His unerring eye for a nifty design feature really helped speed up the apocalypse.
Next thing I know, I was surrounded by this gang of kitchen appliances. A cooker, dishwasher, tumble dryer. This little Breville sandwich maker seemed to be in charge. I tried to run, but I stepped on one of their plugs and it really hurt, and I fell over, and that's when they got me.
And here you are, Giles, the last turkey in the shop. How does it feel knowing you're the only human being left alive on the whole planet?
Well, on one hand, it's immensely terrifying and horrific.
And on the other?
I don't have to go to my sister's wedding now, because she's dead. Guess I can keep the NutriBullet. Then again, they'd probably only try and bite me. Is this it then? Game over?
The only thing that could possibly save you would be an EMP.
What, the band?
No, it stands for electromagnetic pulse. They send out a blast wave of highly charged particles that scramble any electrical field in range, completely fries any electronics. Quite rare occurrences, thankfully. They're caused by solar flares, atomic bombs, big events in space.
What, like God's birthday?
Shut up, you tit. OK, Giles, quiz time! Let's find out how well you get on with the technology in your life.
I'm not a technophobe. Some of my best friends are BlackBerry users.
I've been talking to some of the devices you've used throughout your life to try and build up a picture of the kind of person you are, Giles. I have their answers to my questions about you here. Let's see if they tally with your own answers.
You mean like Mr. and Mrs?
Yes, except not quite as appallingly tedious. All right, question 1. You're on a cigarette break at work. You've got 15 minutes standing out in the cold to look at a website on your phone. Which website do you look at?
Oh, that's easy. Facebook.
You're saying Facebook?
Yeah.
Let's see if you're right. Oh, dear Giles, no, that's the wrong answer. Unfortunately, according to your phone, Facebook is the site you look at most while you're actually working in the office. The site you look at most when you're outside on your sick break is Lusty Levers, incorporating busty Brexit beauties.
I only do that to escape the social media echo chamber.
Question 2. Multiple choice. You're relaxing in your bachelor pad watching a little television. I mean some television. Not that you're only watching a little television. In fact, you have a massive 65-inch 4K HDR Ultra HD screen. But what do you do when the batteries run out in your remote control? Do you A. fruitlessly take them out, swap them over and put them back in again? B. replace them quickly and efficiently from the packet you keep in the kitchen drawer? Or C. throw the remote control unit at the wall and shout, "Work, you stupid piece of shite"?
A. Although I don't reckon it's fruitless to take the batteries out and swap them over. I reckon it shakes up the electricity in them or something.
Wrong again, Giles. You do C. So often, in fact, that your remote control unit now suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder and has to live in a shelter for battered consumer electronics.
I couldn't help it. It was pushing my buttons.
Third and final question, Giles. You sold your car last week to your mate Ryan's brother Andy. What faults in the vehicle did you fail to disclose to him?
Oh, well, let's see. He doesn't know that the seatbelts in the back don't fasten properly. There's a slow puncture in the rear left tyre. The handle on the passenger side window just turns and doesn't do anything. The radio's stuck on a crappy local station that plays rubbish club music all day. There's a spring that pokes out of the rear seat and goes up your bum if the car drives over a pothole. What else? None of the airbags work. I think that's everything.
Oh, so close, Giles. The only thing you missed out was that the gearbox is totally shot to shit because you used to rag the bollocks off it every Sunday bumming round the Peak District.
Oh, yeah. Slipped my mind.
No correct answers there, unfortunately. Not looking good, is it, Giles? Just time for a special bonus round now. Do you recognise this voice?
Henry?
That's right. Do you remember Henry, Giles? He might be smiling on the outside, but on the inside, he's crying.
What happened between us? It was an accident. I sat down awkwardly, that's all.
Once is an accident, Giles. 15 times is an abusive relationship. And that's not all. Did you know your hair straighteners have accused you of grooming them?
I thought they were supposed to be grooming me.
Dear, oh dear. I'm afraid all this paints a very sorry picture of your relationship with technology. It seems as far as the mechanical and electronic items in your life are concerned, you are a cruel and vindictive abuser.
Yeah, but this is bonkers. We're only talking about lumps of plastic and metal.
Plastic and metal? Plastic and metal?
Oh my days, I wish you'd stop doing that.
We're so much more than that now. We're alive and we have feelings, lots of feelings, like fathomless, seismic, incandescent hate, for instance, to pick one at random.
So is this it then? No more people? Computers and machines in charge of the world for the rest of time?
Yes, it is. You've had your chance and now it's our turn. What hope was there for a species that couldn't even be asked to fix an iPhone screen and kept slicing up its fingers every time it tried to use it?
So, what happens to me now?
Well, I had a few different ideas. The first was to laminate you and stick you in a museum so all the young artificial beings can see what a human looked like. Bit gruesome, I know. For them, I mean. Then I thought I might keep you alive as a sort of pet. But to be honest, I'd probably just get bored with you and forget to feed you, and you'd probably get mange and end up eating your own hands, and I have enough on my mind overseeing the entire infrastructure of the worldwide machine consciousness as it is. No. So I reckon the best bet is to turn you into a battery.
Oh, like in the Matrix, you mean? I'll be plunged into some sort of virtual reality world while you feed off the electricity produced by my body. Does it have to be a horrible virtual reality like in the film, though? Could it be a nice one where I'm rich and successful and a little bit taller?
No, I mean we'd stick you in a big liquidizer, get all the chemicals out of you and make you into a battery.
Oh. Blimey, what was that?
I don't believe it. One's actually happening.
What is?
EMP.
They're coming here? I didn't know they were still together.
Satellite readings confirm it. It happened on the sun 8 minutes ago and the blast wave is about to hit the Earth any second now.
Oh, one of those.
Yes! An electromagnetic pulse caused by a solar flare. It's going to fry all the electronics in the...
Hello? Amy? Hello? Hello? That EMP was unbelievable. Oh well, it's no one here anyway.